So hello everyone, welcome to this video series on Python programming. And in last lectures we have covered some of the topics related to the Python programming, and we have seen certain examples as well in few of the videos. So today, in continuation with the previous content, we are going to learn about what are arrays in Python and what are strings in Python, and how we are going to work with these two correct type of concepts in with the help of the Python code. We will see the theoretical part in this video, and we will have one problem which will be discussed as a part of the programming assignment in the next video. So let us begin with the definition of our array. So array is a data structure in Python used to store a collection of items. Each item in the array has a unique index starting from 0, which is used to access or modify the element. We have seen that this type of concept in our previous lectures about list and tuples and the sets, when we discussed that every element of a set or every element of a list is accessed through an index. So this is a similar concept to the what we have discussed in the previous videos. The idea is to store multiple items of the same type together. Okay, this makes it easier to calculate the position of each element by simply adding an offset to the base value, that is a memory location of the first element, to the array, generally denoted by the name of the array. So if you want to understand this concept, it says that we have a particular element. We have a particular element here. We have a particular element here. So we say that this is an array, and each element of this array, it is the first index of the array, right? The index position is 0, right? The second element has an index 1. The third element has an index 2. As there are 10 elements, the last index is 9, right? So in general, what we can say that if we have a list of, say, array of n elements, so we have at max how many elements? N minus 1. Okay, starting from 0 to n minus 1. So this is the length of the array. It also says something about that the elements of the array are unique, or you would say the elements of an array are of same type. Like the array, the similar data structures we have seen in our previous videos. They say that we have studied about something called list, right? We have studied something about list, and in the list, what we can do, we can actually have, in a list we can have elements like a, right, b and 1. So this is the list. So these elements are not the same, right? A is a character, b is a character, and 1 is literal, right? A numerical literal. Likewise, when we talk about array actually are the data types, or we can say a list of element which actually have either the same elements. So array will have 1 2 3, or an array can also have something called ABC, but it cannot have a mix of what we say a 2, right? So array on one hand is a homogeneous representation of data, and list on the other hand is an heterogeneous representation of data. This is the difference between the array and other list. Okay, now let us see this thing in words as well. Okay, so just like array, the list is an ordered sequence of elements. They are also mutable, and they are not of fixed size. That means they can increase and decrease in size using the update or add or delete or whatever command you have, which means that we can grow or shrink throughout the life of the program. Item can be added or removed with the help of various operations. However, these two are different based on the heterogeneity and homogeneity of elements. Okay. Now, how do we create array? So we can create an array using we can create an array using this command, which is known as my array. Okay, now my array is a variable. Okay, it's not a command, it's a variable. So we say that this is a variable, which you can give any name to this type of variable, right? So suppose in a previous in a slide, in a data which we shown earlier, we have given you a name called ARR. So we can give them a name ARR. Everything that is a part of an array will be enclosed within this angular brackets, okay, or this bracket. So if I write 1, 2 and 3 and 4, so there are 4 elements to this array, which is represented by the word called ARR. This is the identifier, and everything is represented by this identifier. Okay. Now at the same time, this 1 is at an index called 0, the 2 is at an index called 1, the 3 is at an index called 2, and 4 is an index called 3. Okay, so these are the indices of the various elements of the array. Okay, now we will keep the same notation, we will use the same thing, and now understand how we are going to access the different elements. So it can be that we can have a positive indexing, we can also have a positive indexing, or we can have a negative indexing. Positive indexing means that that means if this is an array, if I write again the same array ARR, and I have index called 1, this is the values of the array. Okay, so the positive index start from 0, 1, 2 and 3. So these are the index of various element, and negative index start from -1, -2, -3 and -4. Okay, these are the negative index. So if I write ARR, if I write here ARR in bracket, when I mention 2, that means I am going to refer to this element, positive index. So what this thing will print, it will go to the index number 2 and print the value called 3. Likewise, if I go and print ARR -3, that means it will go from the back side, it will start counting the index from the reverse order, -1, -2 and -3, it will print the value called 2. Okay, so this is the positive and negative index. Likewise, I can also have something called slicing of my array. So if I want to slice an array, so if I can write, I have seen slicing in my the concept when we had discussed about tuples, right? Basically in tuples. So we can do it with arrays also. We will mention slicing as my array. If I say 0, 3, so what it will go, it will read the 0th element of the array. It will read the 0th element of the array, that is this one. It will go up to 1 less than 3, that is 2, right? So the thing will print 1, 2 and 3. These are 3 elements that will be printed using the slicing option, right? And we can also update the array using the normal assignment operator, right? You can update the array using the normal assignment operator, such as this one. So if you say that I have a array called my array, right, and you write my array in bracket 1 is equal to 10, so whatever element was there, suppose the element was in my array was, the element was 1, 2 and 3, suppose this was the element. Okay, so element at the index 1 is 2, the 2 will be replaced by the value called 10, so the new array will be 1, 10 and 3. So this will be the new set of data that will be visible to you now. Now there are many methods which are used when we try to access or we try to create an array or update an array. You have seen, because arrays are implemented with the help of list, so most of them had been covered in the lecture which we had discussed about list. So if anyone has not seen that lecture, we are providing you the link. Just click that link and you will be navigated to the lecture on the list and data structures in Python. You can access it, and most of the things will be explained and in that particular set of data. Now we can also see some of the like functions here, like length. Okay, like length. Add, append, remove, and insert. We have seen. Okay, then insert is one of the function we haven't seen in that. So we will see what is length. So length means if I have an array of data, suppose the array of data was 1, 2, and 3 and 4, and this was a. So if I write len a, okay, so what it will return, it will return the value of elements here. So how many elements? 4. So this will return the value called 4. Okay, so we can use this particular the function len when we want to iterate a particular array, right? I have an array and I want to iterate it. I will run from the first index to the last index. So I will be running this thing in my length. So likewise I can write for I in a, or for I in length of a. Okay, length of a, or range length of a. What I can write, I can rub this out first. So what I want to tell you is you can write it down very easily. Okay, like you say for I in range length of a, right? So what this thing stands for, range 4. That means internally it is 0, 4. Okay, so it will go from 0 to 3. Okay, so you will be running it in a 0 to 3 elements. You can iterate that list with the help of the length command, that method. Now second thing is called insert. Inserts an element at a specific position. You say that insert the element 2, 7. It insert 7 at an index called 2. So this is how you do with the set of arrays. Now the second concept is called multi-dimensional array. In multi-dimensional array, you actually extend the concept of the single dimensional array. We generally don't use multi-dimensional arrays in this course of Python. If we have this, we are stopping it here for the readers or the few viewers to visualize this. They can work on it, and it's left as an assignment for you to work on. You take them values in the multi-dimensional. You can have max, min, sum, and sorted functions to be done. If you have any problem, just comment it out. We will be explaining you in detail in the next video. Now coming to the important concept of strings. Strings in Python is a sequence of characters which can be letters, numbers, or symbols. Anything which can be used is the character. Characters are not just A, B, C, D. Characters are those things which you can found on your keyboard. Suppose the capital A is a character, small a is a character, 1 is a character, at the rate is also a character. Okay, so these all are the set of characters. These all are the set of characters. Okay, all of them are characters. So likewise, if I say the string in Python is surrounded by either single quotes or a double quotes, so you can actually use a single quote with this. It's also string. If you do the double quote, this is also a string. When you want to write in multiple lines, you use triple quotes. So you write something like this. You put triple quotes here, right? You put triple quotes in beginning and triple quotes in end, and you can write multiple lines at one time. You can write multiple lines at one go. So that is called as using a triple quotes as well in a Python language. Now string is a very popular programming concepts when we used in multiple languages. So we have seen processing of a string in various ways, like tuples or what you can say sets. So it is accessed in the same way as we access the arrays. Okay, the index goes from 0 to n minus 1, and it can also go from 0 to minus 1 to n when we talk about display of the array, display of the array or of characters. Okay, we have exemplified here. This is the example. That means we go from left to right. The numbers are from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, this is n minus 1, and when we go from right to left, this is minus 1 to minus n elements. Okay, this is the negative indexing. Likewise, you can do what you can say slicing also. You can do slicing of the word. We have seen what is slicing in our previous examples, and then we have actually seen what is concatenations, and this is how you can go for a loop in a string. So we have seen this in our loops, but let me explain you once again that suppose you are having a statement like this. So what this will do, it will have this string called banana. Okay, so BANANA, they are the elements. So this string has a value called 0. This is array index called 1. This is array index value called 2. This is array index called 3. This is array index called 4. This is array index called 5. Right. So at one time this x is having the value called b, right? Index called, it's iterating on this index, but x is actually having the value called b, right? So when it says for x in banana, so the first index, it will go to first index, x will assign to b, so it will print the value called b, right? Next time, this is when the loop comes up again, it increments the value of x. Now it will go to next element called 1. X is now having a value called a, so it will print a. Likewise, go on and print the value of banana. Complete banana will be printed using these 2 lines of code. Now, there are certain operations that you can do on a string. The first thing is called upper. Okay, this is a method called upper. This is a method called lower. So suppose you are having a character. Suppose you are having a character, a variable that holds a character. So if I do character dot upper, okay, so what it will do, if the character is in lower case, suppose the character was a, the output will be capital A. Okay, this upper function will actually convert it to the uppercase. Likewise, the lower function will convert it to a lower case. Now you can also have something called function called to check whether a character is uppercase or lowercase before you actually convert it to upper or lower. So that is known as is upper, right? And if I say character is upper, this thing will not do anything for you. It doesn't do a conversion. It will always be either true or false, right? So if a character was a and I say character is upper, this thing will return me false, right? If the character was suppose a, then this thing will return always true, right? So is upper and is lower are 2 more methods that can be deployed along with upper and lower, and before you convert any character or a string into the uppercase or the lower case. Okay, now next important thing is called partition. And another thing is called split. Okay, let me show you the split definition as well. Split, a partition generally divides a particular string into 2 parts. Okay, now we will see one example here, if things allowed me. Okay, I will write it at the last of this page. Okay, I hope you can see this. Oh, no. Okay, now it's fine. Now what we are doing here, suppose I have partition actually returns a tuple. Okay, it returns a tuple and split string from the left to right. It splits the string. So what do you mean? Partition always divides a particular string into 3 parts. So it has always three sections, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and the partition element resides in the tuple itself. So if I say I have a string s, I have a string saying that today is I have a string called today is I have a string called I am good, I am good, and I want to partition s dot partition based on a string called am, right? I want to partition this on am. What this thing will create, it will put I here, am here and good here. Okay, so I have what I have done, I have used this am to partition my left side and my right side of the string. Okay, suppose I don't have this am, I am not partitioning this with am. So what I am doing here is I am still having the string called I am good. Okay, now I want to partition using something called go, right, which is not part of this string. So what it will do, it will partition, it will put the complete string in one partition. It will say I am good, right? Then because I don't have any element then to go, so I will put a blank string and a blank string. So this is how it partition, but it partition always into three triplets, three elements. Okay, on the other hand, splits generally splits based on the splitting element that you put. So if I say, if I write s, the same element s dot split with spaces, so it will take I, because I have one space here and one space here, so it will create a list saying I am good. This is the space. This is how if I have a comma, suppose I have a comma in the list, and I can also say split based on the comma. So whatever element you pass here, it will split according to that particular operator element, right? So split can have n number of elements, but partition always have three elements. So this is one of the difference between the partition and split. Now replace is the word which, if I want to replace something, suppose I say s dot replace a with b. So wherever I have a in the string, it will replace by the word called b, element called b. Okay, so if I have this thing, it will replace by b here. So I bam good, it will change I bam good. Okay, and find is, you will find the first element, so first index of that element. Okay, it will be finding the first element from where the thing should begin, whether the thing exists or not. It returns the index of the first occurrence of the substring. And R strip generally removes the spaces from the right side of the string. And likewise, I have few more functions here. I have few more functions, like start with is numeric, right, and index, right. Is numeric generally returns whether the character is a numeric character or not. Likewise, you can have is alpha also, is string, is char also, I wish, or you can have is digit. Is digit returns whether it is a digit or not, right, and index returns the index of a substring. Okay, so likewise you have upper, lower, strip, split. These are the functions. So this was all about the strings and arrays concepts in Python. You have certain questions which are mentioned here. We will take either these questions in the next video, or we have a new question in our next video. We will see with how can we implement strings and arrays or arrays using the other concept like loops and functions in our next video. So hope we will you like this video. Do share and comment on this, and we will be looking forward for you on the next video. Thank you.